My name is Claire. I'm 32 years old, and if I could rewind time to one quiet Thursday evening, I would. I would catch the words before they slipped out. I would hold them in my mouth and swallow the bitterness before it ever had the chance to poison everything. It wasn't a fight. There was no yelling, no slammed doors, no broken plates. Just one careless comment. A moment of thoughtlessness that unraveled 3 years of love, trust, and quiet, intentional building. If you've ever made a mistake you wish you could take back, if you've ever compared the person who loved you deeply to someone who only ever loved themselves, maybe you'll understand. Maybe you'll help me feel a little less alone in this regret. It was an ordinary Thursday. No storm clouds overhead, no wine-fueled outburst. Just the two of us in the kitchen. Me sitting on the counter with my phone in hand, aimlessly scrolling, while Ryan stood by the stove, stirring his famous vegetable soup. He always cooked it when he needed to clear his mind. That evening, I should have known he was waiting for me to look up, to care. He glanced over, hopeful. "I just got the email," he said, smiling softly. "It's official. The promotion's in." I didn't even lift my head fully. "That's awesome," I murmured, my eyes still locked on the screen. He stirred the pot again, slower this time. Then came the pause. "I thought you'd be a little more excited," he said, his voice gentle but carrying a quiet ache beneath it. He was right. It was a big deal. That promotion was something he had fought tooth and nail for. I knew how much it meant to him. But that day, I wasn't fully present. Earlier, I'd had a conversation with my sister, one of those shallow chats that start light and leave a wound behind. She brought up my ex, Nathan, his luxury vacations, the way he whisked people away on a whim, the expensive lifestyle, the ease of it all. Nathan was all surface and charm, flashy cars, designer watches, fancy words. But he never saw me. Not really. Not like Ryan did. But instead of letting those old feelings die where they belonged, I let them fester. And in a moment of weakness, I let them out on the wrong person. I looked up at Ryan, kind, steady, loyal Ryan, and I said, "Maybe if you were more like Nathan, you have gotten that promotion sooner." Silence. Not loud, not angry, just the kind that presses against the walls. He didn't yell. He didn't throw the ladle or curse my name. He just froze. The warmth drained from his face like the color had been washed out of him. Slowly, he set the ladle down on the counter, turned off the stove, wiped his hands on a towel like he was trying to scrub my words from his skin. Then he walked out of the kitchen. Panic set in. "Ryan, wait. I didn't mean it like that," I stammered, sliding off the counter. He didn't answer. He opened the hallway closet and pulled out his old duffel bag, the one he used when he stayed over back in the early days of our relationship. I watched in disbelief as he calmly packed. A few clothes, a charger, a pair of sneakers. "You meant it, Claire," he said quietly. "And that's okay. I get it now. No, I was upset. It came out wrong," I said, my voice cracking. He didn't look at me. He just zipped the bag closed. "I never wanted to compete with your past," he said. "I only ever wanted to build something real with you. But I can't keep giving everything to someone who's still measuring me against a man who never gave her what she needed." He walked to the front door, turned the knob, and left, just like that. No slammed door, just a gentle click that echoed through the stillness. I stood frozen, staring at the door, certain he'd come back, maybe after a walk, maybe tomorrow morning. But the next day came, and he didn't. Day turned into 2, then a week. His coat was gone. His mug wasn't on the shelf. His toothbrush was missing. That's when it hit me. He wasn't taking a break. He was gone. Ryan never asked me to erase my past. He never expected me to forget Nathan. All he ever wanted was to not live in his shadow, to be seen and loved for who he was. But I failed him. I punished him for not being someone he was never meant to be. A week later, I finally found the words after 42 attempts at recording a voice message. Not perfect words, but honest ones. "Ryan, sorry. Not just for what I said, but for making you feel like you weren't enough. Nathan had money, sure, but he never saw me. You did. You saw everything. And I made you feel like that wasn't enough. That's on me." I sent it and waited. 2 days passed. Finally, on the 12th day, I got a text. You don't owe me an apology, Claire. I just need peace. And I couldn't find it with you. That was it. No cruelty. No spite. Just the truth. And it cut deeper than any scream ever could. It's been 3 months. I still wake up hoping. Not because I expect him to come back, but because I wish he could. I see him everywhere. In the way I fold my scarf, the way he taught me, in the burnt edges of my toast, because he always used to take it out early for me. In the empty space on the bed, I still leave on his side. I don't miss the idea of him. I miss him. The man who remembered how I took my coffee, who stood beside me in crowded rooms when I felt like I didn't belong, who built me furniture on Saturdays and kissed my forehead without needing a reason. I lost him because I couldn't let go of a man who never deserved to stay in my heart in the first place. If you're reading this, if you're with someone who chooses you every day, who shows up in quiet, unglamorous moments, don't let them feel like they're in second place. Don't wait until they're gone to realize they were always the better choice. Sometimes the door doesn't close because of anger. Sometimes it closes because someone finally chose self-respect. And when it closes for that reason, it rarely opens again.